And now we're live on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to another Friday night. I'm your host, Nathan Lewis. This is Just the Facts. Over here, I've got Josh. He's going to join us tonight. What's up, Josh?
What's up? How are you guys tonight? How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I look forward to this every Friday night. It's nice when I have a co-host. I know Big Haas usually comes and does it with me, but he's not feeling well tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So no Big Haas tonight. But Big Haas, if you're listening, get better, please. We want you to get better. That is a 100% sure thing. All right. Well, we'll start off with the first segment of the day, which is what's new in the news. All right. What's new in the news, guys, is the governor of North Dakota, who is the running mate for vice president in President Trump's new election campaign, is criticizing Joe Biden on him cutting off aid to Israel. He's warning that Biden is working with Hamas when Israel is really our true ally. Any thoughts on that, Josh?
Not really. Like I told you off stream. Don't really watch the news, so
Okay.
I can't talk about that right now.
Also, when Biden was asked when he would, if and when he would debate President Trump for this next upcoming election, Biden simply responded, "Set it up." So he's ready, I guess. The incumbent president is ready to go.
Is that guy ever ready?
I don't think he's ready to wake up in the morning. It seems like.
That is a newscast I would like to see, though. That debate.
Right? A debate between those two?
Yeah.
What? I don't know. Once again, it's a politics thing, right?
I mean, it is, but I'll chime in when I can.
Like I said, I don't have I'm trying to be as unbiased as I can during this thing, but I think there's a lot of people out there that will agree that Biden's just not all right in the head. I'm sorry.
Are any of us?
No, none of us are, but especially not the politicians, right? Politicians are all crooked.
You're right. You're right.
All right. Some California hikers that have been reported missing have been found. 2 bodies have been identified as missing hikers. They were hiking in Northern California. The bodies were identified as Andrew Nizol, he was 28, and Patty Bolin, who was 29. Kind of sad news, right? Never like to hear about stuff like that. Also, new in the news, not really new in the news. We talk about this all the time, but guys, suicide prevention is, I know, a big thing for me, as it is for Josh.
Yes, very much so.
We're going to talk a lot about suicide prevention in this show all the time, every week, if not every other week, whatever. I have a lot of veteran friends, ladies and gentlemen, and on average, 22 veterans commit suicide daily. Veterans or service members commit suicide daily. And that's just the United States veterans. That doesn't include the roughly, I think I did the math on it, the average of 125 citizens of the United States that commit suicide that aren't veterans every day in this country. That's, like I said, that's an average. It's not a statistical fact that exact amount of people take their own lives every day, but it is a serious thing. Mental health is nothing to joke about. It is something that is very serious. I've known people that commit suicide both in military and civilian life, and it's never, ever a pleasant thing to even talk about, to be honest with you. But I know me, for example, and I know Josh, we're trying to make a push, YouTube, Facebook, wherever our message is heard.
Sorry.
You're good. To do suicide awareness, whatever that may be. If you have friends, family that you even think are struggling with mental health or think of struggling in life, reach out to them. Give them a call. There are crisis hotlines, and I should have been better prepared for this. I should have had the number. I could have thrown it up on the screen for people that are watching. But there are crisis hotlines out there that people can call.
What are you looking for? Crisis hotline?
Yeah. Throw up a veteran crisis or a crisis hotline, a suicide prevention hotline, something. I've got one here as a sticker. It's the Vet Center. If you're a veteran, call these people, and I guarantee someone will be there to answer your questions. I don't think the vet center is just suicide prevention, but look, I mean, they're going to be there. They're going to lend an ear. They're going to, how can we help you?
You gotta let it in.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, guys, right here. Josh has posted this up here. These are the numbers. Suicide. Obviously, if you find someone that's attempted suicide or something like that, please dial 911. Don't call a suicide hotline. By that time, it's too late. Dial 911. Give them help immediately. But if they're not acting right, if they're talking, if they're saying weird things that just don't make sense, get them in touch with the suicide hotline. Whether it be a veteran suicide hotline or a civilian suicide hotline, get them someone to talk to. Be that friend to reach out to your friends who you think might be struggling, and get them the help they need. It's a serious thing. Josh, you can take a little bit from here if you want.
Yeah, no, and I'm sure Nathan had some military friends, family, however you want to say it. We both have lost many friends, good men and women that we served with, and it's just a very sad thing to wake up one morning, look at Facebook, and there goes another brother or sister. It like Nathan said, if you're feeling down, if you know somebody that's feeling down that needs that help, go ahead and give that number a call.
Absolutely. Echo every word you just said. That was well said. Well said.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, like I said, we said that suicide prevention is nothing to joke about. If you really know someone, or even if you don't know anybody that's struggling right now, take a second and jot this number down and stick it on your refrigerator somewhere where you can access it very, very quickly. Because you never know. You never know when someone might be struggling later on in your life. Things may be all roses right now, but they're not always going to be like that. So I'll leave this up here for a few more seconds, but please, folks, take the time to jot that number down. Suicide prevention, it's a real thing. I know me and Josh both take it very seriously. It's bad. I don't want to lose any more brothers or sisters, in the military section.
Or even friends or family for that matter.
Yeah, friends or family, exactly. I don't want to lose anyone else to suicide. That shouldn't be an option, to be honest with you.
Even friends or family.
All right, guys. I'm going to take this down. If you want to, you can go watch the video later and get those numbers off there. But that's our bit on suicide prevention. That's what's new in the news, guys. Please make sure you post your comments on YouTube. Looks like I had one viewer and then they left. I've been blasting people on Facebook.
I'm trying to share it out now too.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, is get everybody on board. Watch my podcast live now.
For some reason, it won't share from my iPad for some reason. So
I'm just busting out on Facebook here. Let's see, everybody I can think of that might come join and watch. All right. Let's find some people. Come join my live podcast on YouTube. Nathan Lewis, 8168. That's like how they can add me on YouTube and whatnot.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna leave the comments open. I'm gonna go on YouTube myself and find myself live right now so I can. Of course, I'm looking at the comments on there too.
After I finish sending all this stuff out, I can help with that too. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Perfect. There we are. I think I got a holder for my phone. I can put it in there.
Well, I have one of those. They're very nice.
Like, yeah, right here next to my computer and stuff.
Yeah, so the holder will hold either my phone or my iPad.
Oh, there you go. Are you still teaching truck driving school?
Damn.
Nice. I was offered a job teaching truck driving school in Nebraska, but it didn't pay a whole lot, and it was a bunch of foreign nationals I would be teaching. Didn't speak English. It's hard to teach anything with a language barrier. I'll just say that.
You ain't lying. You are not lying.
I mean, there's certain aspects of Hispanic, Spanish I can speak, but not enough to teach someone to drive a truck.
Right.
All right, so it's been we can start on some subjects. I wrote this down. Like, okay, I work at a pawn shop. You knew that. I told you that a few times.
Yeah.
What's your take on pawn shops? Have you been to one recently? When you go to a pawn shop, what do you look for? Like, what are you going there for?
So I haven't been to one probably since I was in Virginia, which was 2015 was the last time I was there.
Oh, wow.
So, but I would say, like, if I were to go into a pawn shop now, it would be because I'm looking for a tool cheaper than brand new.
Understandable.
That would be why I would go to a pawn shop. My thoughts on pawn shops,
yeah.
I think there's good ones and I think there's bad ones.
Okay. So the pawn shop I work at, I'm not going to mention names because I don't want like copyrighted stuff, but like,
For sure.
we're a chain pawn shop. We have multiple locations.
Just in your area or in your state or all over the U.S.?
States. Two states.
Oh, okay.
And I won't name the states because people will be like, oh, obviously Idaho's one of them because that's where I live, people. But first of all, I want to give a shout out to whoever my 2 viewers are. Make sure you leave a comment in the comment bar and go on Facebook and invite like 3 of your friends each. All right. Please leave a comment in the comment section. And then, like I said, go invite 3 of your friends on Facebook to come watch Just the Facts. Okay. We just did the new in the news section. We can get rid of that for now. Anyways, so yeah, I work at a pawn shop, and I like I said, I won't name the name of the pawn shop because I don't want to get in trouble, lose my job. But
Right.
we have people come into our pawn shop and all the time are amazed because our pawn shop is clean. It looks like a store, like a normal store you would go to. It's crazy. Even though, yes, we're selling used products, used tools, used computers, used TVs. They come in, they're like, man, this is like a store, like a place I would go buy anything. It's crazy. Matter of fact, I purchased tools from the pawn shop because they're cheaper. I got myself a nice DeWalt drill with a battery and a charger, like $40. And you're talking about a $50 drill.
Yeah, when I moved into this house, I bought a DeWalt kit. Came with 2 different types of drills, 1 battery, and a charger. And then I bought a second battery and a second battery with it
Okay.
for close to $200.
Dang, that's not bad for a kit,
Came,
like the whole
yeah,
set.
yeah, off Amazon. I mean, came with a bag and
Okay.
everything, so it
Okay.
was pretty nice.
Those kits are pretty nice. I ain't gonna lie. We see them all the time, and brand new at like Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that. They're $400 or $500.
Yeah.
They're pricey. They're very pricey.
But you did hit on something that I didn't even think of to mention.
Okay.
That's the other thing is cleanliness of a pawn shop. If I were to walk into a pawn shop and there's just stuff scattered everywhere with like sticky note price tags, and I know that they don't all do that, but you get what I'm saying. Rather than an actual like price tag, I think I would turn around and walk out. Compared to what you're explaining,
Yeah.
where it looks like a store, I'll stay and look around.
We use a system where it allows us to put a markdown schedule on things. So we're
Right.
moving items out of our store, right, that are older, because someone will walk in and find that drill, that DeWalt drill, for example, that we have priced at like $200 because originally it goes for like $400 or $500.
Right.
We have it marked down because we're less than retail, right?
Mhm.
But we have to make cost. Like we have to be able to pay for what we gave these people money for. If they came and sold it to us or pawned it to us, there's a difference between those. Look, and a lot of people don't understand the difference between a pawn and a sale, right? A pawn is a loan. If you come to me with a rifle, for example, let's say a 30-06 Remington, whatever, doesn't matter. I'm going to give you a loan on that, or I'm going to buy it from you. I'm going to ask you, do you want to pawn this or do you want to sell this? And a lot of people I hear, what's the difference? Well, do you want it back? Do you want it back? Yes, I want it back. Okay, then a pawn is what you're asking for. You go in there, you'll buy it from them, or you'll pawn it from them. You'll give them a percentage of it. They go about their business, and then the time frame allotted, which our company gives 60 days on a pawn. The time frame allotted, if they can't pay it back, then it defaults to us and we sell it ourselves. Now, there are ways to keep it in pawn. They can come pay the interest and keep it in pawn as long as they want. The interest makes our company money, so if you want to keep something in interest for 2 years, who cares? We're just banking money off that. So, but yeah, like our pawn shop's one of the cleanest I've ever been in. Like, and I've been in ones in Utah and all around the country where I, stationed in Colorado, Virginia, and everything else. And I just, they always come across dirty and dingy. Like they don't even clean the stuff they're selling. We clean everything. Before we put it out, brand new, a used tool looks dirty because it's been used. All right, we wipe it down, clean it up, put it out on the sales floor. After we price it.
And that's a smart business, because what sells better, a dirty tool or a clean tool?
Clean tool, definitely.
Exactly.
Yep. So we got 3 viewers now. This is like borderline, like the most viewers I've ever had. Hey, all 3 of my viewers, I want you guys to post something on here. Say hi. Who are you? So we can give you shout outs. And then, like I said, go on Facebook and tell 3 of your friends, each of you, to come watch the show. And I can actually put the link here in the bottom of where to go, so you can tell your friends. Right there. Right there's the link. You go to that link, and it'll bring you right here to our show where you can watch me and Josh tonight on Just the Facts. By the way, Josh's podcast is called Dealing with Life, correct?
That is correct.
Yep.
Normally stream on TikTok, but
okay,
been kind of busy with life, dealing with it. So
Oh yeah.
Haven't been able to do as much as what I would like.
And I'm gonna start getting into doing some like YouTube shorts and stuff like that throughout the week. Keep my viewers posted on stuff. Especially like I said, go and subscribe to that channel right there at Nathan Lewis 8168. I'm here every Friday night, 9 to 11 Mountain Standard Time, which right now it's 9:21. So we've been on air for 21 minutes, almost 22 minutes now. All right, next subject after pawn shops. Big movies in the movie box office. I was curious because I haven't been to a movie in a long time. We have 4 viewers now. I am getting like the air's getting a little thin up here. Like I can't breathe anymore. This is crazy. This is like a
Watch
super
out,
rush.
everybody. You're going to make the host pass out.
I know, right? But to any of my 4 viewers, please post a comment on YouTube and like I said, go invite 3 of your friends to come watch the show. If I see this ticker start jumping up, it'd be great. So yeah,
One
big
of
movies. I haven't been to a movie in a long time, right? It's been a while. The last time I watched a movie in theaters was one of the Jurassic World movies. No. Take that back. It was Top Gun Maverick. I watched that in theaters a couple years ago. No, I even take that back. It hasn't been that long. 6 months. I went and saw Napoleon in theaters. The one with Joaquin Phoenix. Great show, by the way. If you're a history buff and you like historic, like factual movies, that was a great film. Joaquin Phoenix was incredible, by the way. I don't know if you've seen that yet, Josh.
I have not.
Oh man, fantastic show. If you get a chance to watch it, make sure you watch it. It's a great show.
For sure.
Topping the box office this past weekend, not this coming weekend, like tomorrow, but this past weekend. The number 1 movie. Well, I'll start from the back. Number 6. We'll start at number 6. Was Civil War. It's one I kind of want to see. It's based on a new Civil War that's right here in the United States. These 2 factions kind of break off. Texas and California break off from the rest of the country, and they go into civil war, right? Maybe I think Florida joins them or something like that. There's like 3 or 4 states that succeed and want to start the little fight. Anyways, it looks really good. I kind of feel like the United States is heading for something like that. I don't want it to happen. I really don't, because this movie is very graphic. It's got a lot of battle scenes, of course, But I mean, it does tell the truth about how close we are as the United States and how divided we are, how close we are to heading toward a civil war, a second civil war. The 5 movie in the theaters was Terra. I believe that's something having to do with the tarot card reading thing. I'm not sure what these movies are about. Number 4 was Challengers. I've never heard of that movie either. There's some of these movies I haven't heard of yet. Number 2 in the box office is kind of a blast from the past. Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace was number 2 in the box office last week. That hasn't been in theaters since what? 99 is when it released. And then Fall Guy. Fall Guy is the other movie. I guess it topped the box office last week. That one is about I believe it's about a stuntman that ends up actually kind of in some real life situations.
A down and out stuntman must find the missing star of his ex-girlfriend's blockbuster film.
There you go. Fall Guy. Quick little review of the movie. It looks pretty good from what I saw.
That is definitely one that I would want to see.
I would want to see it, yeah. It looked kind of good. What is that? I want to say Jake Gyllenhaal. It's not Jake Gyllenhaal.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. There you go. Thank you.
And Emily Blunt.
Yeah, good cast. What's the last movie you saw?
In theater?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. ever since streaming stuff has come out, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime.
Well, you know what's crazy is rumor is this is just rumor, not a fact. I've heard this rumor a few times, but apparently Xbox is thinking about changing from console platform to a
Right.
streaming platform where you would buy a controller for your television and play games right on your television.
What do you play on? What do you like personally play on?
Personally right now I play on PS5.
That's fair. I play on Xbox, so
I mean,
I have a
I
Xbox
I
Series X.
switched over, and here's the crazy thing: I was an Xbox guy for the longest time, and then um, one of my favorite games, which is a baseball game, MLB The Show, was only on PlayStation. So I switched over because there was a baseball game, and MLB 2K was on Xbox for a while. So I was playing
Right.
baseball. We got rid of MLB 2K, and all I had was the show on PlayStation platform. So I had to literally switch over and join PlayStation. Well, now, what, 3 or 4 years into my PlayStation, going off buying my favorite game on there, uh, they make it multi-platform, so it's on both platforms now. So, well, it's on the Switch. It's on. Like, thanks a lot, guys. You would have put it on there earlier, I'd be okay.
So my little gist on that. I get it. Like these console companies, PlayStation, Xbox, um, they or PC, they limit some games to only their stuff, right?
Right.
To get you to buy that console or whatever it is, so you play
Right.
it. But wouldn't you think, from a business standpoint, whether no, from a business standpoint, if you put it out to everyone, you would get more people to buy the game.
Right.
I mean,
100%.
I don't get their perspective on limiting some games to only their stuff. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I'm
Right.
also in the process of thinking about switching from Xbox to PC.
Oh, there you go.
It's a hard switch, expensive switch.
Yeah. These computers now are flipping pricey.
Yeah. I was just in Best Buy the other day looking for something else, and happened to stumble across the gaming computer section. The one that I would probably go for is like $1,500.
Ooh.
So,
And that's on the
which
low end.
isn't well, it's not terrible. I mean, their prices have definitely come down, but there was an Alienware.
But that's on the low end. I'm just telling you. I've seen desktop computers for gamers go
Oh yeah.
get as high as like $10,000.
Well, parts prices have come way down too. But there
Agreed.
was an Alienware laptop.
Mhm.
Best of the best stuff they stuffed in this laptop. $2,500.
My goodness.
It's just crazy.
My
But
goodness.
somebody out there's gonna buy it.
Right.
Not
Oh,
me.
yeah, somebody is. I've thought about buying a PC and getting all the stuff I need for doing Bitcoin mining. You can do that. Data mining, essentially, is what it is. It's, yeah. You can get you can make money like it. You mine them in bundles. The bundles are like 12 Bitcoins
Right.
each. You can't sell them until you have at least a bundle because you have to have a bundle to sell. But you think about what Bitcoin is.
So what do you think of? I was just gonna ask, what do you? I mean, cryptocurrency as a whole, I just think it's a scam. Now there's people out there that definitely use it as an actual currency, and
Right.
I don't know. Ever since they came out with it,
Well,
I'd rather
you dig a little deeper. You dig a little deeper, okay? Hollywood for the last 30 years, I feel like has been giving us like signs, if that makes sense. Like,
Right.
what was that movie? Minority Report. Tom Cruise. He has to like go undercover because he gets he's trying to get arrested by the agency. What do they call them? The oracles. The three girls in the water or whatever like that. Uh, he has to go and get like fake eyes because you walk through the mall and like all these stores are like, "Hello, Mister So and So, come check out our new sale." Blah blah blah. They're reading your eyes, right? It's the retinal scanning thing, right? Um, these are like premonitions of like what we're headed towards, right? At first, it was cash, and even cash itself, like the dollar bill, is only a promissory note. It's not real money.
Right.
But then they started going into checks. So you can just write a check, and whenever the bank would process it, it would come out of your bank account and get sent to the other bank and pay the individual. So that was a different way of paying people. Now then it got to credit cards and debit cards. Now you can get a credit card, a little plastic thing you put in your wallet. You pay your bills with that. And then it went to
Apple Pay.
Now it's my phone, tap my watch, boom,
Right.
I pay. Right, it's getting more and more, and they talk about if McDonald's doesn't accept cryptocurrency, I don't have it. I agree with Josh, but how the world changed, how the world's changing. Yeah,
I mean, I get it. The world is ever changing. I'm not on board with it yet. Like,
no,
definitely.
I agree. It's scary. It's sketchy. I have personally invested a few, and it's not a lot. Like I think I've got maybe a total of $40 invested in cryptocurrency.
I know.
And they're smaller ones. Dogecoin and Shiba Inu is the ones I have invested in. Right, my Shiba Inu portfolio is 1.5 million shares. If those shares ever hit $1 a share, cashing out. Like,
right,
retired. No, I'd probably wait for him to get a little bit higher. Who cares, right? But you're kind of a sports fan too, right?
I am. I haven't been in recent years. Like I don't follow it like I used to. So
did you watch the roast of Tom Brady the other day?
I watched bits and pieces.
So for any of you that don't watch roasts or whatever like that, don't understand how roasts work, like a panel of people, and I'm talking like people that know the individual they're roasting, right? You'll have one person you're roasting. In this case, it was Tom Brady. And there's 10 or 15, maybe 20 other people on stage that know Tom Brady, played football with him, coached him, or other famous people that, maybe he's acted with or something in movies, whatever. And they just get up and they roast each other, right? They roast the people roasting the roaster, or they roast each other. And there's like an MC, the guy that kind of leads the roasting charge, right? In this case, it was Kevin Hart, which is always it's always fun watching Kevin Hart.
Always a good time.
Anyways, Rob Gronkowski was there at the roast, right? Of course, why wouldn't he be, right?
Right.
Tom Brady's like right hand man, like Travis Kelce to Patrick Mahomes, right? So Tom Brady was there, and Nikki Glaser was one of the roasters, right? And she got up. So apparently, this is real in the news. Tom Brady lost like $30 million in cryptocurrency, in a cryptocurrency deal gone bad, right? $30 million is a lot, right? And Nikki Glaser got up there and she goes, "Tom, you lost $30 million in cryptocurrency money. Even Gronkowski was like, me know that not real money." Everybody was making fun of how Gronkowski seems like he's kind of like a Neanderthal. Oh, it was so hilarious.
Was that on Netflix?
It's on Netflix, yeah. Oh yeah, Kevin Hart. He what did he say about? Oh yeah, he said, "Man," he said, "Giselle came to Tom and said, if you don't retire, we're getting divorced." He goes, if Tom would have came to me, a few years earlier and said, all I got to do is go play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, go 9-8, lose in the first round of the playoffs, and I get divorced, so I would have to deal with my wife and kids. He goes, sign me up. I was like, wow. Shots fired at Tom Brady all night long. It was hilarious. Nikki Glazier was like, "Oh, Tom, you have 7 Super Bowl rings. Oh, and 1 ring from your marriage that you were given back to you after the divorce." I was like, "Damn."
You know what's funny is you could share a clip, but I don't know how good
Cool.
that is.
I mean, maybe people could they could check it out here and then be like, "Man, I'm gonna go watch the rest of that later."
Let me get to Nikki Glazier then. Hold on.
Oh, dude, that Nikki Glazier section was hilarious. She's funny. I'll tell you right now. Saturday Night Live, I think she's where she's at mostly, but yeah, she's funny. We got 5 viewers. Oh my gosh, I'm about to pass out over here. Pinch myself. Is it real?
Who's
All
Chicken
5 of my
Nuggets? You know?
viewers. Huh?
Do you know who Chicken Nuggets is?
I have no idea.
Oh,
Chicken
okay.
Nuggets, man. Who are you, brother or sister? He could be either one. I guess I shouldn't say brother. Yeah, to
Pause the
all
music.
5 of my viewers, please make sure you go and subscribe to the channel right there, link below, and make sure you invite 3 of your friends from Facebook. Send them this link. Tell them to come check out the show. I'm obviously going to plug Josh's show when he can start doing podcasts more and more again, and we're going to collaborate. This is how podcasts get famous. They collaborate with each other. Oh, here we go. Guys, this is Nikki Glazier at the Roast of Tom Brady. This is absolutely hilarious, guys.
Can you guys hear it?
I can't hear it yet. No,
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you hear it?
We can't hear it. No.
Okay, hold on. Let me see what I gotta do.
Let me remove it from there for a second.
Yep.
It's
No,
still
you're
in the
good. You're
queue.
good.
It's still in the queue, but
Yeah, I see it.
we're learning this. We're going to get it going. I promise. So all 5 of my viewers, I want you to come on YouTube, hit the chat button and send me a message. Tell me who you are, where you're chatting with us from today. You know, you may be overseas. You may be one of my military buddies. You may not. You may be family, friends. You may even know Josh and not me.
I don't know if it will. I might have to actually take a clip. Let me see. Also share tab audio. Yeah, it's on.
Oh, we lost a viewer. That's this podcast. This podcast is fun, to be honest with you, but I just want more viewers. I want more to talk about. I want people to come on.
I don't know.
Right,
I don't know how to get the sound.
we'll try this again. Maybe I'll just.
Here's play. Oh, it's not even showing the video, is it?
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's a Netflix thing. It won't. It won't.
Probably not. Yeah, you can't share it. That's messed up.
You.
Hey, but you can go watch some of these on YouTube.
Yes.
I wonder if I can.
Yes.
I can't share things like that, can I? Maybe can I?
Present.
Slides, extra camera, video files. Ooh, I can go find a video file on YouTube and download it, and then watch this.
Well, I wonder if YouTube, if I looked it up on YouTube, if it would.
It might.
Go
Since
ahead
we're streaming on YouTube, that might actually
show it on there. Right.
Chicken Nuggets is watching from Southern California. Well, welcome from Southern California. How's the weather down there in SoCal? And who might Chicken McNuggets be? Like, I love this Chicken McNuggets, but
I know who it is.
Oh, do you? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Josh knows who you are.
Yeah.
We're always watching, Wazowski.
Windy and hot, they say.
Well, I knew the hot part. I know it does get windy in Southern California. I drove through there quite a few times. Los Angeles area mostly. It was not fun. Oh, you're listening to it. I get that. That's
Oh, how do I start it from the beginning?
save link.
Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. First, I want to see if this will work through here.
Okay, yeah, let's try this one out. We got video.
Tired that you
There we go.
came back and
Sound?
then you were tired again. I get it.
Yeah.
It's hard to walk away from something that's not your girlfriend. It's tough. Hey, to be fair, he didn't know she was pregnant. He just thought she was getting fat. And Tom hates the diet program. It is so strict, but if you follow it exactly as he does, you too can lose your family. And seriously,
I'm telling you, Nikki Glazer is hilarious.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, she's done quite a few roasts though, and she's
Oh, yeah,
always
she does
so good.
Other roasts as well, yeah.
Oh,
Most people have no clue that in 2023, the best
Okay,
way to make
commercials on YouTube, I get it.
money on
Love
Amazon
commercials.
is not.
the only
Right?
thing dumber than you saying yes to this roast was when you said, "Hey, babe, you should try jujitsu." I think that was.
You know who else they coach? Giselle, that karate man.
Oh, Lord. Tom wasn't just roasted. He was lit on fire over and over again.
8 karate class a day, and she's still a white belt. She's still a white belt.
Tom,
How you doing?
Billy Bush,
Good to see you, man.
good to see you. The 3-hour-plus skewering was so brutal.
I'm gonna have to go and
Everybody
watch
was
this whole
wondering,
thing.
What
Oh, yeah, me
was
too. It's-
Tom thinking, agreeing to do this?
It's game time. Let's go.
You're a bring it on guy. Are
A
you
little
sure
bit.
you might not have flexed a little early here? There's
I
a
think
lot
I
of
did.
people really excited
There's
about
There's
this.
a lot of people, a lot of heavy artillery.
I don't know if you want to
behind
watch all 5 minutes.
There was no
but
escaping the rapid
Oh, well,
fire
we're good.
salvos
We're fine,
fired
right?
about his $700 million divorce from Giselle.
As I like to call him, Leonardo DiCaprio's ex-girlfriend's ex-husband.
And nobody sacked the MVP quarterback quite like the evening's host, Kevin Hart.
Giselle said, "You retire or we're done." When you got a chance to go 8 and 9, and all it will cost you is your wife and your kids, you gotta do what the you gotta do.
Kevin told me he had no problem talking the 7-time Super Bowl champ into doing the roast.
Give him the face. Yeah, Tom, it's gonna be easy. It's simple, man. Light lifting. It's not that crazy. You're gonna be fine, man. Just do it. It'll be great. And then when he hangs up the phone, I call everybody. Hey, this idiot's gonna do it. We got him. Get it. Line the troops. We're going hard.
And so did Nikki Glazer. Man, is she good. She got a standing ovation.
You have 7 rings. Well, 8 now that Giselle gave hers back, but
You've never met Tom Brady before?
no.
Why should I? How do you rip somebody you never met?
I mean, that makes it easier. You know, it's
Oh,
like
it's
like
not
when
personal.
it's not personal.
Now, will you be taking notes the whole time? As in, okay, I'll add that to what I
Yeah.
have to say.
There's some things that I think I have ready to go, and if they fire a little too hard, I might add a few. And if they're kind of nice to me, which I don't think they will be, I'll take a few things out. So I'll be somewhat prepared. The truth is, I miss the love of my life, football.
Kim Kardashian getting booed was another big headline.
All right.
She took her own hits from the audience before tackling the Tom dating rumors.
It would never work out. An ex-athlete, high cheekbones, silky hair. You remind me too much of my stepdad now.
But Tom was ruthless with his own crack
Jenner.
at Kim.
Kim was
Right.
terrified to be here tonight. Not because of this, but because her kids are home with their dad.
And Brady's teammates could not escape becoming collateral damage.
Tom also lost $30 million in
Okay.
crypto. Tom, how did you fall for that? I mean, even Gronk was like, "Me know that not real money." Like,
Is the big man ready to go tonight?
Big man's ready to go, baby. I'm big and I'm a man, but I got a small little. See, I'm already roasting myself. Just, be ready. I'm one of 5 brothers. Tom doesn't even know 5 brothers.
What do you mention Bill Belichick
Oh
has got
my God.
prepared for you tonight? That
Yeah.
is the greatest roast of all time that you include Bill.
You know what? He's one of the great preparation people of all time.
Exactly
So
right.
he's been on Zooms with the writers. I've heard he's got a lot of great ammo too.
Why are all these people so hard on you? Do you miss me?
This is what a locker room's been like for me for all these years too. So it's not like I'm used to people not making fun of me.
But when it came to Jeff Ross making fun of Patriots owner Robert Kraft's massage parlor scandal,
Would you like a massage?
Tom got out of his seat to confront him in what some feared might be a Will Smith moment.
I love Robert Kraft. I love
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Kraft did reunite with the coach he just fired, Bill Belichick, for a shot. But how about the jabs from Ron Burgundy, Will Ferrell?
Giselle Bouchon from Spain. She's Spanish, right? Oh, you don't even know.
And Tom's good Boston buddy, Ben Affleck.
This is pretty ballsy. Like, is life too good? You're like, I like to kick my ass for 3 hours.
Do you feel vulnerable anywhere tonight?
I got a lot of embarrassing things that have happened over the years, so I'm sure many of those will be pointed out tonight.
Like Deflategate, where the NFL spent $20 million on its infamous investigation, and Tom basically confessed. I mean,
You could have just given me the 20 million and I would just told you I did it.
but a night with the world taking shots at the most handsome and winning amongst us, definitely priceless.
Yeah, you got to watch the whole thing. It's freaking hilarious.
Oh, I bet it
I
is.
mean, everybody takes jabs, of course. Oh, man. What a show. Like, I had more viewers tonight than I ever have, so whatever you're doing is working. Someone from Pocatello is watching me. It is
Is that Chris? Big house?
not the same Chris. Yeah, that's
No. Fair enough.
that could be my cousin Chris. I have a cousin from Griffin. Well, he lives he's from Pocatello, but oh no, I know who this Chris is. This is Chris. This is my sister-in-law's ex-husband, boyfriend. I'm not sure what they are. Chris, good to see you, man. Yeah.
Welcome in.
Welcome in from Pocatello. Good to see you, man, he says. I would say something nice about your Detroit Tigers, but they're not doing so hot. So he's gonna laugh about that one. But he's gonna laugh or be mad, either one. But trying to keep updated on some scores. Like there were some NBA scores in action tonight. Denver is finally winning a game in the playoffs. Well, actually, they won the first series 4-0. They swept 4-1. They didn't sweep the Lakers, but they beat the Lakers. But they're down. They were down 0-2 in this series, and they're winning tonight. 98-74 right now in the fourth quarter of Game 3 of the Western Conference semifinals. Let's see. MLB. I'm gonna keep some score tabs here. Your Braves did win tonight, I thought.
Nice.
Braves beat the Mets 4-2. So finals from around the league. The Colorado Rockies beat the Rangers 4-2. The Milwaukee Brewers beat the St. Louis Cardinals 11-2. It was the White Sox over the Guardians 6-3. The Nationals beat the Red Sox 5-1. It was the Phillies with the league leading 27-12. Get past the Marlins 8-2. Of course, the Braves beat the Mets 4-2. It was the Twins over the Blue Jays 3-2. The Orioles beat the Diamondbacks 4-2. Yankees beat the Tampa Bay Rays 2-0. Astros beat the Tigers 5-2. Sorry, Chris. The Cubs beat the Pirates 7-2. The Reds beat the Giants 3-2. Currently, right now, there's 3 games going on right now. A couple games, I should say. 1 to 3. In the 7th inning right now, the Seattle Mariners lead the Oakland Athletics 7-0. It's the Dodgers and the Padres tied in the bottom of the 9th. So, chance for the Padres to walk it off there. And then in Los Angeles, the Angels lead the Royals 1-0. That's the bottom of the 8th. So hope the Royals can pull that one off. We need to win. We need to win, boys. Let's go. NHL hockey is kicked off right now, too. The playoffs are in full swing. 2 games in tonight in the NHL. Right now, in the second period, almost going into the third period, you've got the Canucks leading the Oilers 3-2. Earlier today, the Panthers defeated the Bruins 6-2. The Canucks lead their series by a score of 1-0, and the Florida leads their series 2-1. Josh Ness says, "What's up, chicken nuggets?" Chicken nuggets. All right.
So I saw a meme, and I'm only saying this because Chicken Nuggets is in Southern California. It says we need to stop complaining about our lives. There are literally people living in California.
Oh man, that's true. Oh, I stab at California all the time. My daughter lives in Los Angeles area. It's sad. My oldest daughter. It's just so sad. I don't know where I went wrong. There's nothing wrong with California except for the leadership. All right. Okay.
Here's another one for you.
Okay.
Accept people as they are, but place them where they belong. You are the CEO of your life. Hire, fire, and promote accordingly.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. Like just life lesson right there.
For sure. I mean, don't keep those negative people in your life.
Right. Of course. All right, guys. I was going to talk about like finances tonight too, a little bit. I know this is kind of like getting back to some like boring part of the show, but like might lose a few viewers. But this might help somebody. Somebody might be out there struggling financially, trying to learn how to get ahead. They don't quite know. I've got 5 tips for you to get better financially. Okay. I'll start from number 5 back to number 1. Number 5 is set financial goals, right? You want to buy a new house, make it a goal. So put it on a calendar, state by this date, we're going to have such and such amount of dollars saved up to get this. Set financial goals. That's what you got to do. You know, if you want to increase your earnings by getting a better job, you know, there's all sorts of things. Just set financial goals for yourself. That's the number 5. Okay. Reduce your debt and don't get into any new debt. By saying reducing your debt, pay off your car, pay off things, and don't go out and buy, oh, I paid off my car, now I can go buy a brand new boat. No, that's not how that works. Don't buy a new boat.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, if you want to continue to stay in debt, yes. But pay off your debt. Don't get into any new debt, right? 3, check your credit report annually. Now, there's a place to do this, and it's free. It's called annualcreditreport.com. I'm not speaking for annualcreditreport.com. I'm not a spokesperson. They're not paying me to say this. I'm saying this because I've used it before, and it is free. They will check all 3 credit bureaus. You can print out the reports, and you can start building. I've done this a couple years ago. I printed out all 3 of my credit bureau reports from annualcreditreport.com, and I started going through all my negative stuff, and I started disputing stuff, and I started getting my credit back. I was sitting, no kidding, 2 years ago at a 400 credit score, almost as low as you can get. And in a year and a half, I've increased it to almost 600. It's just that easy. Annualcreditreport.com. There may be stuff on there that you don't know about that is hurting your credit, right? Number 2, set up a savings account with a direct deposit. So whenever you get paid, weekly, bi-weekly, whatever your paycheck is, set up a savings account. Put $10, $20 in there every week or whatever you get paid. It automatically goes in there. And you leave it alone. I don't know if you ever listen to Dave Ramsey, not to be confused with Gordon Ramsay, by the way. Dave Ramsey will tell you how to fix your finances. One of his biggest things is that people need to have at least $1,000 in savings for the emergency funds. Car blows a tire, car needs repairs, whatever. Emergency funds. Make sure you save up, get a good savings account going with some emergency funds in there. And the number one way to help your credit get better or fix your finances is create a budget and stick to it. Don't deviate from your budget. So when you create a budget, make sure you give yourself money to do things that are going to keep you happy, right? Put in there $40 a month for going to the movies with your wife, or buying a new movie on Netflix and staying at home watching that, or $40 to go bowling, or put in money to do stuff so that you can live a good life, but that you're also not over budgeting, right? You don't need to go out to eat every night. You want to put in the budget to go out and eat once a month? Do so. But budget accordingly so that you're not broke, making yourself go broke. That's my financial spiel. Josh, what are you going to add to that?
Well, so answer me this. You said, put money away.
Yeah.
That way you start that savings account. What about when your car engine blows?
Right.
You get in a car accident. Your house floods. You need a new roof. I mean, you got to think ahead. And, I just recently bought a house, and let's say it's been a whirlwind of problems, and not like major problems, just certain stuff like the insurance company wanted, or I came home one day and one of my pipes burst. But it's stuff you don't think about when you're renting, because when you're renting, you have a maintenance team that takes care of everything, or a property management that takes care of everything.
Right.
You don't have to pay for it. They just come in, fix it, and they're gone. But even like with car issues, or let's say, times are tough and you lose your job. You need to have some type of backup to fall on until you can find something else. Everyone in this world is replaceable to a job. It doesn't matter how good you are. Doesn't matter how well you do your job. Everyone is replaceable. So
my plug to that is that Dave Ramsey, the money guy, will also tell you that you need to have at least 3 months of your income saved up. To where if you do lose your job, like you said, you'll have enough money to pay your mortgage, rent, whatever, car payments, bills for 3 months while you look for other employment.
Right.
Because 3 months is a good backup. I mean, it is. I mean, if I was out of work for 3 months, I'd lose my mind, to be honest with you. I can't stand being out of work for 2-3 weeks, let alone 3 months would be miserable. But in some situations, the economy crashes, the economy tanks. Jobs are few and far between. It is hard to find jobs sometimes. Trust me, I know, because I'm in the process of trying to find a job. I mean, I graduate in, what's the date? Today's the 10th. 17 days. I'll be done with college. 17 days. I'm done with college.
Congratulations, sir.
Yeah, thank you, bud. Probably not forever. I might go back and get my master's. I mean, it'd be good to, continue education. I think, what is it? I mean, I believe the only thing you take with you in the afterlife is your education, right? You don't take money, you don't take possessions, you take education. What you learn goes with you. So, what am I going to learn here? Well, lots. I mean, I value the joy of being able to learn new things. The last 4 or 5 years, I've picked up learning a lot about science, like physics, astrophysics, things like that. I mean, I've talked about some of those things on some of those principles on my show before. I've talked about the Kardashev scale. If you know what any of these are, the Kardashev scale. I've talked about the Fermi paradox. I've talked about the three-body principle that was developed by Isaac Newton. People don't understand that. Think about how smart Isaac Newton was. He lived hundreds of years ago, and he comes up with the theory of gravity. He comes up with the three-body principle, which envelops the Earth, the Moon, and Jupiter. They could barely see Jupiter in the sky, but yet they knew it existed. It is crazy to think about what these scientists years ago, Leonardo, Napoleon was fascinated with stars. He was fascinated with learning about space and time and stuff like that. But Newton, Nostradamus, all these other philosophers and thinkers hundreds of years ago that knew all this stuff. Aristotle. It's just crazy to think. And then what we're learning now is 200 years from now, people are going to be like, man, I can't believe they were thinking about those principles 200 years ago.
So if we go back to your little financial talk real quick.
Yeah, of course.
So you said pay off debt. I have a question. What's your thoughts on credit cards?
Here's the thing with credit cards, and not a lot of people use them correctly, right?
Right.
Credit cards can build your credit very fast, I might add. You can ask my sister, she knows. They can build your credit super fast if you use them right. And by using them right, they'll even tell you this. You get the credit card in the mail, you pay for it, you sign up online, they will send you a credit card, and it comes in the mail, and you get it, and it comes with like a book of paperwork. It talks about your interest rate, talks about when the annual fees are due, all this other stuff, right? So
Right.
it goes into all that. Inside there, it talks about how if you only use 25% of your credit card, if you have a $100 credit card and you use only 25% of it, and then you just pay that 25% off with your paycheck or whatever like that. Let's say you have a small bill. Maybe you're renting a laptop from Rent-A-Center or Aaron's or something like that, right? And your monthly bill is, $25 per se, right? Actually, that's not a good example because you're not supposed to use credit to pay off credit. I'm trying to think of a good example. Like you buy something, you have a bill that's small.
We'll raise the limit. Let's say $1,000.
Okay,
and
$1,000.
you just pay. You just use it for gas.
Yeah, there you go. Use it for gas to get around town for a month, and your gas comes to $250 a month on average, right? That's
right.
Probably high, but all right. And then you get your paycheck, and you pay that credit card off at the end of every month before the interest hits. You're building your credit super fast,
right?
But yet you're also getting the things you need, right?
Yep.
A lot of people get a credit card and they think, ooh, new pair of shoes, ooh, new television, ooh, new PlayStation, ooh, new this, new that. No. You're doing it wrong.
Or you do it like me, new tattoos.
Look, whatever it is. I mean, if you're financing tattoos, we got other issues to talk about. But
I mean,
I have one. Okay, it's the only one I got. And actually, it was for free because my artist was just getting started. He was looking for experimental people, so he actually did really good. I need to go get it touched up, but he did a really good job.
I'm up to like 23, 24 or something.
Oh man, you got me beat by a long time. I got to get caught up. I do want to get another one. I'm going to get another one on this arm.
Fair enough.
My other tattoo's right here on this arm. Oh, if you can see it.
As long as it's not. Oh, what is that? Is that
It's
what
a
I think
cheese
it is?
tattoo.
Of course it is.
Come on, man. I can take you for a walk around my apartment and shit. Like every room is cheese. Come on.
I was gonna say you don't even have to take me for a walk. I can see it.
Oh yeah, you can see it up here. You can see it
Yep.
over here. I can show you my mouse pad. I mean, I've got a little lamp right here, right over here next to my desk. That's one of those like Scentsy. You put the
Right.
the wax in and it melts and smells good.
Yeah.
Above me up here, I've got a Bluetooth like light speaker hangs from my ceiling. It's Chiefs. I mean, I've got Chiefs hat right now. I mean, come on. I've got 2 replica Super Bowl rings hanging over my shelf over there.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But I've been a Chiefs fan. Like I say, people sit there and say I'm a bandwagon fan. Oh, that drives me nuts. I've been a Chiefs fan since like 1988. So I lived through some bad years with the Chiefs and the Royals. The Royals didn't even make the playoffs for 30 years.
I think, everyone has their team. Everyone's team's going to do good, and then they're going to do bad. Unless you're a Bears fan.
Well, then you're always bad.
Yeah.
Imagine. Oh, my gosh. So I was just watching. You ever see the movie, was it Contact? Jodie Foster?
No.
Okay, so in the movie Contact, Jodie Foster plays an astrophysicist, like a scientist. She's trying to find. She works for SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, right? And she's trying to find someone in the universe, life in the universe. And she stumbles across something, right? A message sent from space. And kudos to anybody that can tell me the first ever broadcast that left, the first ever television broadcast that would have gone into Earth's atmosphere. Anybody know?
I mean, I could look it up, but I think you already know.
I'll just give you some hints. Pre-World War II. It involves World War II. You could think, okay, so the 1938, somewhere in that time frame, Olympic Games in Berlin, Germany.
Oh, okay.
Adolf Hitler announced the opening of the opening ceremony of the games.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first ever televised broadcast.
Wow.
The Germans used it to show their superiority in technology. Well, according to the movie, that was the first ever signal that a foreign race ever saw, and then they sent it back to us in their own signal way, their own way of signaling back, right? And there's more I can talk about this. As a matter of fact, I've got kind of on the docket tonight talking about the Fermi paradox, which we'll talk about later. Okay, but it deals with intelligent life in the universe. Okay, so anyways, they get this message back, and all of a sudden they alert the press, they alert the media, everybody, and everybody's gathering in White Sands, New Mexico, or the big solar array down there in Mexico, the satellite dish array down there in New Mexico.
I live here and I don't even know.
It's not White Sands. It's anyways, it's a big thing. It's a
solar array. Is that what you said?
They're solar, not solar panels. They're satellite dishes. Satellite dishes. New Mexico. Images. Here's a picture of them here. Save image. Can I put it on the show? Save images. Satellite. Can I put it on the show? Present. Not a video file.
So when you hit present, can you hit share screen or no? Does it not give?
I can do a share screen.
Yeah, share. That's what I've been doing.
Screen share with 2 monitors. Share screen. Okay, that's different. Okay, cancel. Anyways, yeah. So it's a big array of satellite dishes down in New Mexico, and anyway, she gets this signal from outer space. So all these people around the world gather on New Mexico, on where the satellite array is, and There's a segment on there where they're swooping to the channels and they're watching the news, like Fox News is reporting this, and CNN's reporting this, and it pans to Jay Leno, and he's talking about scientists have found
Talking about this.
talking about this thing. He goes, scientists have found, hold on, here we go, yeah, that's that satellite array down in New Mexico. 47 of them or something like that. Helps astronomers look into deep space and whatnot. It's pretty cool. Anyways, there's a section on there where Jay Leno's on there, and he's talking about they got a message from space from 1939. Imagine how bad they're going to feel if they're Cubs fans. Because the Cubs hadn't won a World Series since like 1912.
Right.
And then they finally won their last one. Was it 2016?
So it's literally just called Very Large Array.
Oh, Very Large Array. There you go. Yeah.
Of 27 giant antennas.
27. I knew there was a 7 in there, but.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. These giant satellite dishes, they just shoot them up into space, and they can search. They can search different star systems and stuff like that. They look for. It's weird because like when you look at them on a computer screen, it's like little lines, and in those little lines, they can see differences in the lines, and they can tell. Oh man, there's a planet just rotated around the sun in another galaxy. It's crazy the things they can see. Because basically what they're doing is they're measuring light. How that works.
82 feet wide, 94 foot tall.
Goodness, that's incredible. Each one of those satellites is that big.
Yeah,
that's crazy. And there's 27 of them. Man,
they're listening to us, guys.
They are. Interesting fact. There was an article I was reading the other day, but NASA, since 2017, NASA has been receiving a signal every 22 minutes from somewhere in space. They can't pinpoint where it's coming from, but it's a signal that lasts about 10 seconds. And they can't figure out where it's coming from, but every 22 minutes, it comes back like clockwork. They feel like it's another civilization reaching out to us. And there's a lot of thought to everything. The Kardashev scale approaches things differently. I don't know if you've heard of the Kardashev scale, Josh.
I think is that what we talked about the last time?
Yeah. Yeah. The last time you were on, we talked about it. So there's that, and then there's the Kardashev scale is something that, like I said, it's 4 different levels of civilizations throughout the universe, and these different levels, they get progressively more intelligent. Of course, when you get to a level 5, you're creating galaxies, you're creating worlds, all this other stuff. So it's like the technology. There's a lot of theories as to why other intelligent life throughout the universe hasn't reached out to us yet and talked to us yet, is because our technology is so primitive they wouldn't understand it. Like we're shooting radio waves and laser beams into space, and they're using other stuff that's just they don't know how to interpret what we're sending up there, right? You would think they would because they're so much more further advanced than we are, but it's a different language to them. They don't understand.
Can you type that in the chat so I can look it up? I didn't know how to spell it.
The Kardashev scale?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Hold on, let me. Kardashev.
I wouldn't mind looking more into that because you've now talked about it twice.
Yeah, it's an interesting principle. Like it's a scientific principle that let's see all. Let me just. Gosh darn it! Oh my God, I don't want to do that. What the heck? Back up. Let's do this. Copy. Into the chat. We go paste. And we hit send. Maybe. There it is. Okay, it's in the chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, the Kardashev scale. He was a Russian scientist. But you know who, let's say, you know who Dr. Robert Oppenheimer was?
I know the name. I don't know what he's
Okay.
famous for.
Dr. Robert Oppenheimer is essentially the father of the atomic bomb.
Okay.
You talk about Albert Einstein helped with that because he gave a lot of his knowledge to the building of the atomic bomb.
Right.
Dr. Enrico Fermi was another doctor that worked on the atomic bomb system as well, otherwise known as the Manhattan Project, is what they call it. Kind of a code name they gave it because it was a military project, and they were trying to develop a nuclear weapon or an atomic bomb to destroy to end the war in Germany. The war ended in Germany too fast, so they ended up using it on the Japanese to end the war in Japan and henceforth. These are the fathers of the atomic bomb. Enrico Fermi was another one of the scientists that worked on it. Well, 10 years or so after Enrico Fermi helped work on the nuclear bomb or the atomic bomb, him and Dr. Oppenheimer and some other scientists were talking about trying to travel at the speed of light. They're trying to figure out how they could travel at the speed of light, and they got on the subject of intelligent life in the universe. Hold on. Chicken Nugget says they each have their own set of train tracks that move them because they are so large in scale and weight. Oh yeah, they're talking about the satellite. Yeah. They're ginormous, man. I think 90 feet tall and you said like 80 feet wide. It's huge.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Enrico Fermi, they were starting to talk about intelligent life throughout the universe, and so Enrico Fermi brought up the point because they're like, well, we want to know why we haven't been contacted by any other intelligent life in the universe. And Enrico Fermi, his principle, the Fermi paradox is what it's called, states that, well, because they haven't responded to us means they're not there. And until they respond to us, they're not there. They don't exist. So it's a paradox that they don't exist, but yet we assume they do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's another scientific principle that goes along with Schrodinger's cat. If you ever heard that principle, Schrodinger's cat is a philosophical concept that talks about you put a cat into a box with no way out. You put a vial of poison that's set to release and open it at any time. And we don't know when. A predetermined time. It's undetermined time, I should say. And we can assume that the cat is either alive or dead, but not both.
Right.
And so it's another one of those paradoxes that we believe there to be intelligent life in the universe because the universe is infinite. It goes on as far as we can see. And so why would there not be other intelligent life out there? Well, they haven't reached out to us, so they must not exist. But it's a paradox because they have to exist, but they don't. It's crazy. What are we learning, Josh? What are we? You said you had to look up that Kardashev scale thing, and what are you learning from that?
Well, I was gonna look it up at a later time. My bad.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Research that because it is a pretty interesting principle. We as Earth, we're not even a level 1 civilization yet, because we would need to be able to harness the power of our sun for energy to move our civilization along further. But we can't even do that. I mean, and I'm not talking about solar panels on Earth. I'm talking about we would have to build some sort of machine that would harness the energy from the sun directly.
Right.
And not necessarily destroy our sun because, I mean, a lot of people think, well, if we started absorbing the energy from the sun, we would destroy it. No, not really. There's a scientific hypothesis that our moon is a small white dwarf, and it's just been encompassed by a bunch of Dyson spheres. There's a whole movie about it called Moonfall. If you go watch that movie, it explains all these principles in pretty good detail too. So they talk about the Kardashev scale in that movie. Let's see. Moonfall. And the moonfall itself is a principle that eventually one day the moon, which is perceived to be another Earth-like at one point, but when Earth was still kind of forming, the moon was supposedly supposed to be another. There were supposed to be two Earths, right? And
Right.
eventually, the two Earth-sized planets collided with each other, and then the moon broke off and floated up into space and started orbiting the bigger ball planet, which is now Earth. And we're talking about something that happened 6.5 billion years ago, but the term moonfall talks about how the Earth will eventually leave its rotation and start falling towards Earth and collide with Earth. Yeah, Moonfall fiction, science fiction film, disaster film, co-written and directed. Let's see. The film was theatrically released in North America on February 4th of 2022. The plot. In 2011, astronauts Brian Harper. Yeah, it's weird because like the movie talks about the moon falling and colliding with Earth and destroying life on Earth. Because as it gets closer, gravity starts pulling people and things right off the face of the Earth. But and scientists believe it could happen. A moonfall could happen, and it could happen just like the movie depicts. But I mean, who knows? There's still a debate on what killed the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs wasn't even a coined term until the late 1800s. What's up, Ashley? Say hi to Josh. He's on.
What's up, Ashley? How are you?
She doesn't like us talking about science. She's like, I'm going to log out. She said she's good.
So this is just the facts, right?
What's the facts?
How about some funny facts that'll get you laughing?
Let's do it. She asked me how this drink was. This is the watermelon Arizona tea.
Are you sure she's not talking about the other drink that's in the cup?
Well, she bought this one for me.
Oh, fair enough.
Essentially, she bought half of this one. She bought me the Coca-Cola, and I just added the gentleman back to it. But both drinks are very delicious, actually. Anyways, funny facts. Let's go. Let's hear them.
Start off with something easy. You know, it's impossible to lick your elbow.
It is. That I knew.
Very much.
But there are some people that are double jointed. I don't know. Maybe they.
I don't know. I think you have to break your arm.
Yes, I did. But what do you say when I asked before? I said they were delicious, and I said thank you. They're both delicious. The watermelon one, which is one of my favorite teas. Like I love the Arnold Palmer's by Arizona does Arnold Palmer's. I love those are my favorites. And these watermelon ones and watermelon Red Bulls are absolutely fantastic.
You know, I just tried an Arizona fruit punch for the first time. One of my students got it for me.
Those are good too. Those are really good.
I'm not a big fruit punch fan, but that was actually really good fruit punch.
Yeah, it's not like overpoweringly strong.
Right. Turtles can breathe from both ends of their body.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So they're breathing from their butthole. I don't know if I'd want to smell that. Smelling your own shit.
Right.
That would be a little awkward.
What do you think it's estimated that the average fart travels at a speed of 7 miles per hour.
So that's if I farted now, it could get to Ashley's house in about 15 minutes.
Fair enough.
She's about a mile and a half away. It would be probably less than 15 minutes. She's probably logging off right now. I don't want to hear this crap, literally.
Don't ask a squirrel to keep a secret. Squirrels are some of the most forgetful animals on the planet.
Interesting. What if they forget where they hide their nuts?
Right?
Well, we got to do a dog check real quick because my girlfriend's asking about the boy. Chewbacca.
Go for it.
He's gonna come right here. Watch. Here, buddy. I heard you. I heard you. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Say to mommy. Mommy's on the phone. She's on the YouTube. She's watching you. Chewbacca. Here to Josh.
What's up? What's up?
My name's Chewbacca.
Hi, Chewbacca.
I got stung by a bee today.
Ouch. I'm allergic to bees.
I gave you a kiss for mommy, okay? His face is doing good. It's still a little swollen, actually, but he's doing okay. He's just, where's he at now? He just moved to his chair. He went to his favorite spot in the house, actually. Right there. His favorite spot is in your chair. He loves that chair, by the way. That's like his favorite place in the world. Mama says hi. She says she loves you. I don't think you were online with me, Josh, but I did one show where I talked about you know who Scott Van Pelt is. He's a sports broadcaster on ESPN.
Nope.
He's the bald-headed guy with the glasses.
Oh, okay.
A few years ago, he lost his dog. His dog passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And he did, and you'll have to go watch it, but make sure you grab some tissues because it's absolutely joyfully sad. I'll tell you that. He did a tribute to his dog on ESPN, and his dog, like whenever you do interviews with other, sports broadcasters on ESPN, his
Right.
dog would sit in a chair, a leather chair across, or behind him in the room. And he said sometimes he would lick himself on camera. It's like he didn't care, but he got emotional. It was good. It was good. And I think to myself, like, I'm going to make it big on podcasting and doing my own thing, making my name for myself. Chewbacca's going to be that staple. Everybody's going to ask, how's your dog? How's Chewbacca? Whenever they watch my podcast, oh, where's your puppy? How's he doing? Until one day I have to make that tribute myself, and that'll be a sad day. Oh, by the way, before we go any further, I can't even think of. Remember, I forgot. All you moms out here that are tuning in, or all you gentlemen out here, make sure you tell your mom Happy Mother's Day this weekend. Today, by the way, is Hispanic Mother's Day. And then Sunday, of course, is Mother's Day here in the United States. So please, please, please make sure you give all your mothers a Happy Mother's Day. Not just from me, but from yourself, right? No number before 1,000 has the letter A. Eight. Oh, eight. No, it doesn't. Yeah, you're right.
The Supreme Court.
Chicken nuggets put that on there. That's crazy. I'm trying to think like how you spelled each number, right?
Right.
1, O-N-E, 2, T-W-O, 3, T-H-R-E-E, 4, F-O-U-R, 5, F-I-V-E, 6, S-I-X, 7, S-E-V-E-N, 8, EIGHT, right?
Yeah.
9, NINE, 10. 10 is spelled TEN.
Uh-huh.
You go 11, which is ELEVEN. It's not there.
No, it's not. The Supreme Court has its own private basketball court with an amazing nickname. Can you guess the nickname?
I don't know.
The highest court in the land.
I think I did hear about that one time.
You know, Walmart has a lower acceptance rate than Harvard.
Interesting.
Harvard has a 4.5% admittance rate, and Walmart applicants, only 2.6% of them are accepted.
Interesting. Since we're doing fun facts, I might as well join in on the fun, right?
I'm not even going to try that one.
American flags that were left on the moon will eventually become bleached white.
Huh.
There's
Hunting
no
unicorns is illegal or is legal in Michigan.
if you could find one.
Yeah.
Wow. While bears are hibernating, they don't urinate. Their bodies convert waste into protein.
Ashley asks, how is his face?
His face is good, actually. Like I said, it's a little swollen still, but he seems to be doing okay. I'm going to give him one of the Benadryls before he go to bed tonight, just because I want him to get a good night's sleep and not have to worry about his face. Not that we love his face, but
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
I believe 3. The owl proved that one. We were just talking about that the other day.
So a engineering student's scientific endeavor at Purdue University used a proprietary licking machine rather than a human tongue. It officially takes 364 licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
364?
Yes.
It would take you almost an entire year to lick all the way to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
If you licked it once a day, yeah.
Once a day. Yeah, yeah.
Did you know cows moo with regional accents?
Interesting. So like a New Zealand cow would sound different than a cow from Texas?
Yeah.
I wonder what a Texas cow would sound like. Moo-ha! Or New Zealand cow or Australian cow. Moo, mate. I'm sorry. That's just pretty weird.
What was Cookie Monster's real name?
Good question.
Sid.
All right. In New Zealand, New Zealand has more cats per person than any other country in the world. Talk about being cat people.
I guess there's a lot of cat ladies out there.
That's what I'm saying. Cat ladies in New Zealand. The yo-yo was originally a weapon used in the Philippine jungles.
Ashley, what are you saying please for?
Look at the messages. I did. I told you Chewbacca's face it's a little swollen still, but we're gonna get him taken care of. He's before bed. I'm gonna give him a couple of those Benadryls. Alexander the Great was the first person to be pictured on a coin. I guess I could see that. The sun weighs 2,000 million tons.
Who weighed the sun?
Yeah, that's what. How'd you figure that out? Because last time I checked, the sun doesn't have basically. Last time I checked, the sun doesn't have a way of weighing it. It's a planetary body.
Did you know flowers? Go ahead.
Ashley asked, why was Cinderella so bad at soccer?
I don't know why.
She kept running away from the ball.
Hey, did you know flowers like Viagra?
Oh yeah?
Yeah, if you put some Viagra in a vase, it will make flowers stand up straight for a week beyond when they would normally wilt.
Crazy.
Yep.
There's something to that Viagra stuff. I don't know. Let's see.
Did you know there's an American town with a population of 1?
Yes.
Monowi, Nebraska?
Yep. There's that town right there, and then the next largest or the next smallest town is in Utah. There's a town of population 2. Comets in ancient Greece were called hairy stars. Chicken McNuggets writes, in mid-2023, the total distance traveled by commercial truck in the United States annually could travel 651,000 mile round trips to the moon. That is pretty funny. Yeah. 651,000 trips to the moon. Good Lord. In retrospect, how far is the moon from Earth?
But you got to think, commercial trucks, I mean, they're traveling miles. Miles daily.
Oh, yeah. I was averaging 700 miles a day. Last company I was driving for.
Yeah, I average between 650 and 700.
The moon
Mm-hmm.
is 2,226,000 miles away from Earth. 226,000 miles. That would take me as a solo driver 3 years probably to get there. 2.5, 3 years. In a semi-truck, traveling at, I don't know, we'll say 65, 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. That's just not, I mean, if I had a self-driving truck, I guess I could go longer, but.
Right.
I mean, what do you think about those? Like, here's a question. Here's a question for you. Like, what do you think about these self-driving trucks? I've heard of a few of them. I've seen testing them in New Mexico or in Las Vegas or Nevada, not Las Vegas, but Nevada itself. What are your takes on those?
So we actually have a research and development place here in Albuquerque.
Really?
Yep. And when when I was out on the road with students, there was one at a truck stop from this research and development company. And I stopped and talked, or asked to talk to him for a little bit. And at least this company, I can't speak for all, said that they're not doing the R&D to take over the industry. They're doing the R&D to supplement the industry. So say a company has 10 loads, but only has like 8 drivers. The self-driving truck would take 2 of those loads.
Makes sense. And that, but in a way that does kind of replace the industry, because
I mean, it does.
A a lot of those scrap loads that like people call them table scraps. Like my uncle was and Aunt Janice, if you're watching tonight, please, I miss your husband so much. My Uncle Tim, what does Ashley say? There are fireworks going off. Jenna keeps yelling. Oh, okay. Well, keep the dogs inside. I don't know what people are celebrating. Oh, Mother's Day. Anyways, my uncle was an owner operator, and he lived off what he called table scraps, which were the 2 extra loads that a company couldn't haul. That's where a lot of those loads go. They go to brokerage firms. That's where a lot of the companies are. A brokerage firm takes all the loads that company A can't haul, and they give them to company AA and company AB, aka the owner operator companies,
Right.
finish up those loads, right? And then you of course you get down to you have the straight up AAA companies that are owner operator, sole proprietors, individual drivers that own their own truck, and that's it, So they're the ones that are. It all trickles down. Company A can't haul all the loads, so it goes to company AA and AB, and then AAA is stuck with whatever they can get to make money. So, I mean, in a way, like those self-driving trucks, I mean, they say they're not trying to take over the industry, but essentially it starts with those table scrap companies that are living off table scraps, and then once you take their job, let's move into the bigger companies and start taking over their companies. I don't know. I'm not against them, and I'm not for them. So it's just kind of interesting.
Well, hold on. I was looking up something.
You're good.
So the ATA, American Trucking Association, claims that the trucking industry may be short 160,000 drivers by 2030, unless action is taken.
That's a surprising statistic because everything runs on trucks. I mean,
right. But the demand on truck drivers, people don't want to do the job. That's the biggest thing.
Agreed.
I mean, you got to think. We were truck drivers.
Right.
How many hours were you driving? A week? 60 to 70?
Oh, easy.
I mean,
I was doing my reset every weekend.
Exactly. So
for those of you who don't know at home, for those of you who don't know at home, when you're driving truck, you get so many hours. You get 70 hours in a 7-day period, 6-day period.
8-day.
8-day period. Yeah, excuse me. 70 hours in an 8-day period to drive. And you think, well, that's pretty easy. That's less than 10 hours a day. No, it's really not. Like in order to get where you're going to make money, because generally most of these companies pay by week. Every week, every Friday, your paycheck goes in. Most of these companies, they want you to get loads in so you can make money, right? You're not making money if those wheels aren't turning. You're not making money. I'll just tell you that, right? You got the pay by mile companies. You've got the paid percentage of load companies. You've got the owner operators who get a higher percentage of loads. So you're talking a paid by the load company generally pays a percentage of the loads, and you're looking at anywhere between 25 and 30% of whatever a load costs them to ship. So if the company's getting paid $1,000 for a load, you're getting paid $250 to $300 of that load. Okay. And you think, oh, that's easy money. No, it's not really. Because you have to go sit at a dock for 6 hours and get loaded. And then once you leave that dock, you've got maybe 6 hours of drive time left. You've got to battle rush hour traffic getting out of some big town that you just got loaded in. And that takes 4 hours of your drive time. Then you get on the freeway and the open road, and you only got 2 more hours to drive. So you got to think about if that load's going 1,000 miles, it takes that driver 2.5 days, maybe 2 days, 2.5 days to get that load to where it's going. depending on traffic, depending on weather, depending on route. So that's that. And then owner operators are getting paid anywhere between 78 to, I'd say, about 95% of every load, depending on what brokerage firm they use. Then you got these brokers, company drivers that work for companies are getting paid by a mile. I know the average in Idaho is like 50 cents a mile, which is below the average, I think, of anywhere else in the country. I think the national average is like 65 cents.
So, what do you think about 18-year-olds being able to drive trucks across state lines?
Personally, I don't like it too much. Nothing against 18-year-olds. There's been I've met a lot of really responsible 18-year-old people, right? In the state of Idaho, it's different. Like, I've met guys with their CDLs up here in Idaho that were like 16. But yet again, they're working on dad's farm or whatever. They're running potato trucks during the harvest here in Idaho. It's late September or late August, early September is when we do our harvest. And it's all hands on deck. You've got 15, 16-year-olds running spud trucks from the fields to the potato sheds here in Idaho. And so a lot of these guys by the time they're 18, they have plenty of experience. The fact is that it's a different ball game when you leave state lines.
It is.
Like I could drive around Idaho all day. And, I know the rules of the road here in Idaho. But now you go into Utah, you've got to know what the rules of Utah are, or New Mexico, or whatever else. There's different laws, I've never been through New Mexico and not got pulled into a scale every time. Doesn't matter if I've got the pre-pass or not. Every single time. Nothing against New Mexico. I love New Mexico. Matter of fact, I won $3,700 at that Route 66 casino a couple years ago.
Nice.
Right.
So yeah, no. The only reason I asked is because back in 2022 they were talking about it.
Right.
And the president or vice president of the ATA objected it because, being a new driver at the age of 18, driving basically the largest vehicles on the road, it just isn't a safe thing.
There's a lot of reasons why insurance companies charge you so much until you're 25.
Right.
With driving.
But I mean, I still train, and 18-year-olds can get their license. They just can't cross state lines.
Right.
But I mean, I train 18-year-olds all the time, 18, 19, 20, all the way up to, I have people that are in their 50s and 60s that I've trained. So,
right.
No, I was just curious.
Yeah, no, it's a good topic of conversation because it brings up the same principle of, I had another thing the same way. Oh yeah. Women in the infantry, in the military, the same kind of principle. Like, should they be there? I've met plenty of women that, were better physically fit than I was. And when I was in the military, and they could handle the job just as good as I can, I think the problem I have with women in the military joining the infantry, I should say, women in the military are fantastic. They're great. They do many jobs that, allow the men in the military to go out and do the actual fighting jobs, which, like I said, I'm not trying to come off as sounding sexist here, but I think infantry is kind of a reserved thing. Women have a really difficult job that I don't believe men couldn't do it for sure. Childbirth, right? Yep. That's a job that, it is. It's something that I can't do. You can't do it.
So on that note, I have a question.
Okay.
So you say you're saying, it's reserved for men, but
sure.
It's 2024.
Yes.
So what if you have someone who was a male is now a female.
You know, I find it funny that people identify as other things nowadays. You know, not even just male or female.
Oh yeah, no, I just saw the other day that we now can identify as plants. Yeah.
I don't get it. Look, as a human being, an organic organism, which we are, right?
Right.
There are two genders in our species. Two. They're chromosomes. You are either a Y chromosome or an X chromosome, right? Two chromosomes. Am I right? Y and X.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're either a Y or an X. That's it. You're born with one or the other. You're not born with both. You're not born with Q chromosome or L chromosome or anything else. You're born with either X or Y.
You like Ben Shapiro?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah.
I like his talks when people come up and ask him questions.
Yeah, he's the guy that does like I'm pro gun, you know, change my
Right.
mind or whatever. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Oh, I listen to him all the time, and we talked last week. You brought up the Jordan LeBron debate, right?
Right.
Yeah, he had some guy get up there and he goes, "LeBron's the greatest, hands down, ever. You know, he's the GOAT." The guy's like, "Really? How old are you?" Well, I'm 20. Yeah, you're 20 something. Yeah, exactly. That's why you think that. When it goes to that content, and I had this conversation at work today with my coworker. LeBron hasn't changed the game the way Michael Jordan did.
No.
There's no way. Like Jordan changed the game. Jordan has his own line of shoes that have been sold way more than LeBron's line of shoes.
Changed the world.
He did change the world.
Right.
Yeah. Not even just, I mean, he was the spokesperson for McDonald's, for Wheaties, for Hanes underwear. I don't see LeBron sporting any Hanes underwear lately. I mean, I'm just telling you, like, and then the difference is, and I watched this the other day, when LeBron lost in the playoffs last week, he was in his press conference after the game, and they're like, what do you think you can do to make it, you know, to get better for next season? I don't want to talk about it. Jordan lost in the playoffs. They were showing this. Jordan lost in the playoffs. He was getting interviewed on the court.
Right.
She said, you know, the announcer was a female. She goes, Michael, tell us how you're feeling right now. And he goes, the other team played better. They're a better team. Those guys are awesome. He goes, my hat's off to them. He goes, we got to be better for next season. He goes, plain and simple. He goes, if we want to beat those guys, we have to get better. That's the way his mentality was. Yes,
Right.
I will tell you that LeBron elevates other players to be better. Okay, namely his competition. Everybody wants to beat LeBron because he's supposedly the best in the league right now. But
I think through history, you have players that did that all the way through history.
Yeah, Jordan elevated other players on his team and on other teams because
Right.
he wanted that competition. He wanted that. He wanted people to be better.
Yep.
It's a different era. It's a different thing. I get that the younger generation, and I'm not knocking the younger generation, but I'm just saying I get the younger generation. They never saw Jordan play. They never saw his on and off court presence. The way he would come into a room and people would just they would almost stand up like he was a king or a pope.
Right.
You know, he was almost a god amongst men. And I almost dare say that Kobe was almost the same way.
Kobe, he
so
challenged
competitive.
himself. Yes.
He challenged himself more than anybody else. I guarantee that. You'd see him miss a shot, and he would just, oh, son of a, you know, every time. Every time. Not one time did he miss a shot and go, oh, well, it's your fault. Whatever. Like, he would miss a shot, and he's over there like, mother. You know, he was more challenging to himself than he was anybody else. Oh, man.
Back to trucking real quick. So I literally just saw a video today. And I showed it to my coworker. They're trying to limit truck speeds to 60 miles an hour
Yeah, I saw that. too.
across the country.
Yeah. I get it that we don't need trucks that go 90 miles an hour through Nebraska and Wyoming, or for any of that matter. Like, I believe, and this is from learning experience from owning my own truck for a little while that I did. There's a good speed that balances out your wear on your tires, because that's a huge issue when you're a truck driver. Wear on
Right.
those tires. Your two biggest expenses, and any owner operator will tell you the same thing. Your two biggest expenses are tires and fuel, right? The biggest way to save on fuel is to set a good speed limit, right?
Right.
The best way
Well,
to
no, insurance is up
eliminate-
there now.
Well, insurance is too, because insurance is getting more pricey because all these drivers that drive 90 miles an hour. And they
Yes.
get into wrecks because they're not being cautious. They're playing on their phones, watching YouTube or something like that while they're driving down the freeway. Anyways, no, but like, your trucks need to go 90 miles an hour. No, there's no reason for that, right?
Right.
I really found a balance when I was driving truck for myself and as an owner operator. It is about 70 miles an hour. Between 67 and 70 miles an hour is the right amount of speed. You'll get places. You'll get, like I said, I was averaging 700, 770 a day if I really pushed it. My
Right.
biggest mileage total for one day on a clock was 820. And I was nothing but pedal to the metal down, right? I would stop for my half an hour break. As soon as that half hour break is up, wheels were rolling again. And I was doing about 70, 75 all day. I didn't need
Right.
to go that fast. My truck could, right? And I wasn't breaking the law because I was going across Nebraska. The speed limit there is 80 for trucks. I wasn't breaking the law. I wasn't doing anything wrong. But do I feel like lowering the speed to 60 is going to help? No, because people can go out there and get those freaking governors taken off. They have those people out there that are called the truck doctors that'll remove any governor.
I mean, that's just the same as talking about gun rights. You know,
Yeah,
you're
you're
always
right.
you're always gonna have that one person that's gonna try
If
to
you make guns
fuck the
illegal, if
system.
you make AR-15s illegal,
Right.
And I've had this discussion on my podcast many times, where the number of crimes that are committed in this country that involve AR-style weapons, AR platform weapons, what they call high-capacity magazine weapons, is actually like less than like 5%. It's like 2 or 3% out of all gun violence in this country, which means that pistols and rifles, like deer rifles and stuff, are actually used more in gun violence in this country than ARs are. So why aren't we banning pistols and deer rifles? It's just, they have to attack something. And there are over 300 million AR-15s, platform-style weapons in the United States right now. And so they're just going to target those because that's what they know to target. They look scary because they're black and they shoot a lot of bullets.
Less than 500 people a year killed by all rifles combined. 4,000 a year killed by illegals.
Yeah. Less than 5,000 people, right? Out of how much gun violence in this country? How many deaths a year?
Give me a second.
I guess the political term for those is unlivings, or what do they call it? Unalive events is what they call them.
Yeah, if you're trying to be politically correct, I guess that would be the way to put it.
Right.
Let's see here. Is this gonna tell me? Let's see. Why can't it just give me a number? I have to read a whole article.
50,000 deaths in the United States annually. That seems a little. Well, I mean, I guess 350 million people. Doesn't seem too far fetched. I guess 50,000 in the United States. Acts of violence committed with the use of firearms have become an everyday phenomenon, plaguing the nation, averaging an almost 50,000 deaths from firearms annually. When was this study done? I'm not sure. I think
So from 2019 to 2021, there's been a 23% increase in gun deaths. Sorry.
So you said rifles, right? So here's
Mhm.
50,000, and this is like my stats showing 50,000 deaths annually by gun violence, right? And you
Right.
said 5,000 of them were caused by rifles.
No, 500.
Oh, 500.
Yes.
See, less than 1%. Less
Right.
than 1% that are ARs, that are AR platform weapons.
Well, and that was rifles combined. That
right,
wasn't
that's
just
ear rifles and everything else too. That
Right.
that isn't less than 1% of gun violence in this country is caused by AR-15s, or what do you call them? What the government wants to call them is these high-capacity magazine weapons. They can shoot, according to some of these people, that can shoot 1,000 rounds a second and all this other bull crap.
Who has the highest gun unalive rate?
Which country?
No, state.
Oh, state.
And when I say state, think of all of the United States without giving it away.
All of the United States? You're talking about Texas?
No.
Chicago.
DC.
Oh, DC.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's funny that, like, this is where I know that's, but because it's probably because that's all they see. It's like, oh my gosh, so much gun violence in Washington D.C. We got to do something about all these guns out here. I'm sorry, but like, if you ban guns on the streets to people, if you ban me and you from going to the gun shop and buying a gun,
Right.
we're just going to buy them on the black market. It's then you just criminalize. You just open up the black market and you criminalize everyone who thinks about buying a gun.
You are in one of the safest states.
That's because we have Idaho.
Idaho is one of the lowest.
It's because Idaho has one of the highest guns per capita per citizen in the country.
Fair enough.
I know people here in Idaho Falls that have more guns than the U.S. Army. It seems like. I mean, look, I work at the pawn shop, like I said. I have
Right.
customers come in showing me their gun collections, and I'm like, why hasn't ATF raided your house yet? Like, it's sickening. But
Do you guys sell firearms at your pawn shop?
yes, we do. We cannot sell AR-15s because Washington State has an AR ban. So-
Chicken Nuggets said something to you, by the way.
Okay, what did Chicken Nuggets have to say? Let's see. I agree, Nathan. As a woman that would fight to the death of my country and freedom, I think enlisting is for men, physical and mentally. They are more capable. Okay, look, and I'm not trying to knock women. He's saying that he agrees that women should be in the infantry or whatever. I'm not trying to knock women in the military. Women in the military are. What's that? Oh, sorry, madam. I apologize. Apologize. I don't know. But look, women in the military are great, right? I served alongside a bunch, of great women, right, in the military, and I applaud them for serving. I think it's great. It's amazing. It's just that I've seen women, and this is no knock on women at all. I've seen women freeze in combat. They freeze under pressure sometimes. That doesn't mean that all women are like that. It doesn't mean that all women can't. Like I said before, I've met women in the military that are absolute just beasts and could like out PT me any day, even when I was in my prime shape. So I just feel like the infantry is kind of reserved for men. It's been that way since the dawning of time. Men go to war, men fight the wars, and women have babies. You know, that's to me that's a higher calling than serving my country. I can't have babies. I can't deliver babies out of my body. That's a big thing. You know, that's a big thing. But you know, I'm not saying that, you know, like I don't know. I don't want to get off too much on that, but you know, I agree with women being in the military. They're great. They're absolutely awesome. I salute all my female veterans and currently serving. Let's see. Well, we've gone over our 2 hours, but
Well, I did find a number. Assault or AR, 3% firearm.
3%.
Mm-hmm.
See, in my statistic was showing less than 1%, but
Right.
But still, I mean, that was the unalivings, if they want to call it politically correct, unalivings or whatever like that. But
Right.
But yeah, it's still like, I don't know, it's still a minimal amount, you know. But yet they're only targeting AR platform weapons, or what they call AR platform weapons. I mean, they're targeting AK-47s, which AK-47s in the United States aren't fully automatic either. And that's the thing they keep focusing on. These are fully automatic weapons. No, they're not.
And handguns.
Number
was
one, I guarantee.
59%.
Yeah, exactly. Handguns number one, absolutely.
Right.
Shotguns probably number two.
Nope. Shotguns were 1%.
1%, even less than ARs. That's
Yep.
crazy. That's crazy. Oh no, it's just I don't. When it comes to this
That
AR
was
ban
published by the FBI.
by the FBI, see, and you know, like, I don't want to knock the FBI. They do a fantastic job, but like, there's times when they get stats wrong.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I'm not saying this is set in stone. That's the way
No,
it is.
right.
I'm
Well,
just
another thing with the FBI is, if you notice, like, there was a Netflix special on a couple of years ago. It was about the Waco, Texas situation, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah. By the way, there's Northern Lights here in Idaho tonight. I guess I don't know. I haven't seen them. I don't know what's going on with them. But apparently, we can see them from Idaho now.
Very
and
nice.
Right? I've never seen the Northern Lights. Probably never will. But
I mean, all you have to do is go outside.
I do, but that means I'd have to end the podcast unless.
No, just take us with you.
If I could, let's see. I wonder if I could. I probably could. Hold on. Watch this. See if this will work. Okay, I'm going to unplug my camera setup. So it's going to go to my.
We lost all sound too. Oh, I'm the only one here. Well, hello everybody. All three of you. As we wait for Nathan to come back. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Ashley. There we go. Oh,
It's
are we
trying to
back?
connect to my other controller here. You can probably hear me.
I can.
I'm sure you're trying to call me now too. Yeah, I'm blocked. See, here's I'm blocked. So there we go.
What I was gonna actually suggest is send yourself another email and answer it on your phone and join that way.
Well, I actually have. Yeah, I'm here now again. I'm back on again. Okay, so can you hear me on the mic?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's
Yeah.
your mic. I don't know.
It should be.
If I pull away like this, can you still hear me?
I can, but more
It's quieter.
faintly.
Yeah,
Yes.
quieter. There you go. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So I my mic is so yeah. Apparently, I can't take you with me to see the Northern Lights. I just tried that and it didn't work. Matter of fact, I'm
That
not
did not
even
work that
on my. I'm not even on my Logitech camera. Hold on. Still here. Let's see. Yeah. I'm not even on my Logitech camera, so like this is my camera I use for my podcasting.
Oh.
This is a nice 4K. It was pretty pricey actually. I think I spent like
What do you
$200
do?
on it.
Come into a laptop computer then?
Yeah, now it's through my laptop, yeah.
So if you go to settings at the bottom,
Yeah.
you can change which camera it goes through.
Can right here. Hold on a second.
Just-
Logitech. Back on the Logitech. Here we go.
There you go.
I think the quality of the picture is a little bit better.
Before you disconnected, because we wanted to see the awesome, light
Northern Lights.
show. Yeah, Northern Lights show.
Yeah.
You stated we were over time.
We are, but I mean, it's all good. If I can get this figured out to where I can take you off my, let's see. Let me go back to my regular desktop camera on here. And then let me change can I change my mic audio? Let me change my mic to my computer.
Right.
Communications microphone.
I was just going to say that I'm going to have to get off here shortly, so. But if you can figure it out, I'll stay for the Northern Lights. Nope. I can read lips. Can't hear you still. So just like you did the cameras, it should be in the settings under audio. For your mic, maybe default. I don't know what it says on your end, so. You want me to turn off the music? Nope. Big negative there, sir. Nope.
How about
We just
now?
messed. Oh, there we go.
Okay, but that's back on this mic. Hold on.
Right.
One more time. One more again.
How about now?
There we go.
Perfect. Okay. Now. Pick up my laptop.
Here, I got you.
Okay. Check this out.
Good job. Nathan figured it out.
Taking a bow there. Okay. I don't know if I can go too far away from my my Wi-Fi too, because
How many bedrooms is your apartment, if you don't mind me asking?
what's that?
How many bedrooms is your apartment?
I have two.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to see the Northern Lights because they should be over that way in the sky to the north.
There's too much
But
city
unfortunately,
light.
I've got buildings and stuff in my way. Let me walk out to the parking lot a little bit. That's the outside of my apartment.
Nice, nice.
Ground level,
That's always the best.
right? Yeah, I've got these apartments right here that are probably blocking the view of anything Northern Lights wise, but
Well, and you got a lot of, if you're in the city, you got a lot of city
a lot
light.
of light pollution. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
This
notice
is a
my
good try,
camera's a
though.
little laggy 'cause I'm outside. Yeah. They're nice apartments. There's, like I said, there's the patio door of mine.
Right.
Give you guys a little tour of the apartment, I guess. I could do that. Nice little apartment, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Front door. We walk through. All right. Right behind me is a second bathroom with
Okay.
laundry. Got
Be-
a laundry and stuff in there.
Before you continue this, let's
Yeah.
let's tell the audience, hey, don't be too upset about all the Chiefs stuff you're gonna see.
I mean, they're going to be excited. Like, it's even better, right? Look, this is proof that I was a Chiefs fan and a Royals fan before. This is when I was like 8 or 9.
Look at
Okay.
little Nathan.
Just proof, guys. Just proof, right? So we walk down the hallway here. I've got a nice little American flag coat hanger. Right.
I like it.
Pretty nice, right? We come through this way. There's a second bedroom right here. If I
Nice,
have a roommate, we're not going in there. This is my familia, right?
Nice.
Goofy looking guy up here. This is my father over here. This would be my mom over here. Over here. I gotta get the camera thing down. This is my sister and my brother.
Okay.
And then this is my oldest daughter and my oldest son. So my second oldest child. And then this is my now ex-wife. All right. We're gonna come into the living room, of
Hey,
course.
keep the facial hair.
Keep the face like this. Yeah, you don't like the come into my living room. I've got my little military setup up here.
Nice.
Remembering our fallen, of course, you know. I've
Right.
got the 2 branches I served in, Army and Navy. All right. I got some Funko Pops because I'm pretty fun, right? All my video games, right? That goes
Nice,
out to my balcony right there.
Okay.
That's my desk where I do my podcasting. All right. Look, Chief stuff. I mean, look, Patrick Mahomes is always nearby, right? He's up there. All right. I've got some Star Wars stuff. You can see my Boba Fett helmet up there. I've got some video games up there. Some these are the show boxes. Like they were $100 a piece. They were pricey, right? Coming over here, this is my my collection, guys.
Very nice.
Statue of Patrick Mahomes. There's Travis Kelce. Here's both Super Bowl rings right here and right here. You know, Kelce made his own cereal, so I've got a box of that. It was just Frosted Flakes, by the way, guys. I've got a puzzle back there. I've got my Chief stuff there. I've got more Chief stuff up there. I've got more Chief stuff up here. All right.
Okay, everybody wants to know, do you have any autograph stuff?
You know what? Nothing right now. Nothing yet. But I have this stuff I need to get. Actually, I do have one piece of autographed Chiefs material. And the guy doesn't even play for the Chiefs. Actually, he doesn't even play in the NFL anymore. So we come in this way. This is my dining rooms. A little bit messy. I just put the grill away. I got one of those little, what are the grills they call them? The
George
little
Foreman?
plug-in electric skillet thing. Yeah, the black stone or whatever it's called.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This is my kitchen, of course.
Right.
You know, nice little pantry back over here. You know, nice little kitchen, not too bad, right? And then we come into the main bedroom. It's a little dark because I got the TV or the light turned off. Got me a TV over here.
Very
Got me
nice.
some firearms down here.
I don't know if you're allowed to
This
show
is my
that.
son's jersey when he played Little League football.
Fair enough.
Right? I got a jersey up there. Got some flags. Don't tread on me. Let's go Brandon flag.
Yep.
3 Super Bowl t-shirts. I've got the
Did you
hat,
go-
the other hat. I didn't go to the games. I wish I could have, but that would have been
Right.
nice. But this is This is our Super Bowl in 2020 where we beat the 49ers. The middle one is when we beat the Eagles last year. And that last one over there is from when we beat the 49ers again this year. Obviously, I'm also a hockey fan. So in 2022, my hockey team won the Stanley Cup.
Nice.
Right. Coming into the Lee bathroom. Once again, I'm a bachelor essentially. I've got my towel hanging up that I showered with. That's a good sized bathtub, man. Look at that sucker.
It's nice. Yeah.
Right. Walk-in closet behind me. I mean,
did you know you were going to be on MTV Cribs tonight?
No, man. No, I got to play the music. Welcome to my crib. Freaking. Over here's where I got my goldfish. I got to have a gold. No, I was kidding. Got me a water dispenser, of course. MTV Cribs, the infamous PlayStation 5.
Now you got to say the famous line at the very end.
All right. Yeah, you've seen my crib. Now get out.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Well, anyways, guys, you took a tour of my house. That's pretty awesome.
Yep.
Bet you didn't see that was going to be on the podcast, right?
All 4 viewers, too.
All 4 viewers. Yeah, I know, right? Well, one of them's probably been in my house.
But
one of them's probably been in my house, and it's probably Ashley.
I think on that note, I am going to have to call it a night.
Nope, same here. I got to get up and go to work all day tomorrow, too. So
fair enough. Well, you
guys,
have a good night, sir.
The podcast.
Thank you.
Josh, thank you for coming on tonight. It was,
of course,
it was awesome to have you on the show tonight. And always a pleasure. You're always welcome back anytime.
Of course. Now that I got this all set up, I should be able to come on a little more often.
Yeah. You're, like I said, you're free to come on anytime. Even
my
when
biggest thing was that first time I didn't really have. I mean, I had stuff set up, but I needed a new mic. That was one big thing. Just kind of rearranging my whole setup as well. I'm still not 100% set up, but I got it working and was able to be here tonight. So again, thank you for having me.
Of course, man. You have a wonderful night, and dude, I'm telling you, you're more than welcome to come back anytime you like.
For sure. I appreciate it.
All right, man.
Once I get my stuff up and running, you're more than welcome. Come on over.
Yeah, dude. I'll come on your podcast. Let's, I may have to change the day of my podcast because I think Friday night's hard for people because they're at the bar.
Everybody likes to party.
Yeah, I get it. I used to be one of those peeps, but too old for that now. But
exactly.
But all right, brother. Hey, you take it easy, man. And like I said, you're always welcome on the show. Come join us again. Guys, thanks for watching. This has been Just the Facts with your host, Nate Lewis. Tonight we had Josh dealing with life on here today. Had an amazing time, by the way. So, guys, I'm Nate Lewis signing out. You guys have a wonderful evening.
Bye, everyone.